Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple, presented by WinBet on GrindCityMedia.com. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people. I'm not Rob Fisher. I'm Lang Whitaker. Single on Lang, right? That's what we say? Single on Lang?
Single on Lang!
Hey, listen to that. There's somebody else. I'm Lang Whitaker. I'm here in the studio for The Odds Couple presented by WinBet. I am with my good friend John Roser.
What's up?
How you doing?
This is really different.
It's really quiet.
It's really, really quiet. Yeah. Like,
just us.
We haven't been just two of us in here in a while. There's always been at least three of us in the studio. Now there's two of us.
Last year, I spent some time with the Grind City Media Resort and Casino via Skype, but it was still you, Fish, and CJ here.
Mm-hmm.
And today, Fish is with us, but he is in lovely Sacramento, California. Fish.
Hello, everybody from Sacramento, where it is rainy and cold and miserable. It's very Portland here.
Well, you were in Portland last night, right? Now you're in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's from the COVID casino and resort.
Yeah.
That's right. Now we're trying to just stay away from an outbreak here in Sacramento. But yeah, good to be with you, fellas. What's happening?
Well, CJ's not here. CJ is either at or on his way to the Independence Bowl, I believe. And is that what it is? No, the Celebration Bowl.
Celebration Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Atlanta. And I guess Celebration, I mean, let's talk about what we learned this week. I learned, Jackson State's got something to celebrate, all right. Deion Sanders flipped the number one recruit in the country. I don't know do we think this has it had a big impact yesterday on the news cycle and everything. Does this have an impact long-term on college football?
I tend to think it doesn't. Because still the majority, that's one guy. Yeah, he's the number one player in the country, but
he's a cornerback.
Right. It's not Arch Manning.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome what Deion's doing. I think Deion is putting himself in line, and I know I talked to CJ about this earlier that he's hopeful that he wants to stay at Jackson State and do it all at Jackson State. But I'm thinking dude, he wants that Florida State gig. He went and took Florida State, his alma mater's player,
who didn't give him an interview.
Right. That's what I'm thinking, is that he wants the Florida State job.
What was your take, Fish? What did you think about that yesterday?
I don't know. I think it's a cool story. Kind of neat. Good for them. Good for HBCU. Good for Deion.
Yeah.
Good for Jackson State. But I'm like Roser. I don't think it makes a huge impact because it's just one guy.
Yeah.
Because you're still going to have, the big classes at the big schools, and you miss out on one guy. I don't think it makes that big of an impact. But it was cool. It's a good story for Jackson State, and it's kind of neat. The thing that I learned too was, Coach Prime can want that Florida State job all he wants, and now they just gave Mike Norvell an extension.
Yeah.
That was surprising.
They gave Norvell the extension the night before he had his number one player poached.
And that's not all he lost. Apparently, he lost a 4-star wide receiver who flipped to Louisville. He lost a 4-star offensive lineman who he was supposed to get, who now is going to delay till the late signing period. So that's basically like reopening your recruitment. He lost a 4-star defensive lineman to Miami. He lost another 4-star defensive lineman to what was it? It might have been Georgia. And then there was another guy Marvin Jones Jr., his dad played at Florida State, who signed with Georgia. Yeah. So,
Georgia, look, the Rich still got. It was Texas A&M 1, Alabama 2, Georgia 3, and all those rankings.
Ohio State was 4.
Yeah.
And
Georgia's 3rd, and they still have 3 guys who haven't signed the paper yet, who would probably bump them up to 2 or 1.
Well, and Alabama got a former 5-star commit from an LSU transfer.
Yeah. I think more than having an effect on Jackson State, it has an effect on Florida State. Just that whole Travis Hunter thing, and
that's hanging over him.
And fans were already mad about and not a big fan of Norvell. And then this happens.
There was a Twitter Spaces that was started. Fire Norvell. Yeah, it's like, man.
Well, I wore my Deion Sanders T-shirt today, Falcons T-shirt, just to celebrate Coach Prime. And I mean, I don't know. Do you think he should be the next coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars? I don't know. It's an idea.
I'm so excited on the show today. We're going to hear from Sad Urban and now fired Urban.
We'll get
but
to
now
that.
that Dan Mullen was gone, I wanted to hear another sad coach, and Urban certainly fits the bill, and now he's gone. So this is going to be our first and last time hearing from Urban Meyer.
I heard the flags are at half mast today at Urban's Bar and Grill or whatever it's called. Sorry. Hey, let's talk about college football and some gambling stuff because Missouri is set for the Armed Forces Bowl against Army. And you know what? There's something big at play here. Third season in a row. Missouri's 6-6 right now. 2 years ago, 6-6. Last year, 5-5. This year, 6-6. They can finally go above 500 for the first time in 3 years with a win in this game.
He had a big recruiting day yesterday. He got the number one receiver in the country.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Green Beckham thing from a couple years ago. Yeah, but I mean, Missouri and Kentucky finished in the top 15, which is big for both those schools. By the way, Florida, 63rd.
They better hope for a big day in the late period. They need a big late period.
But hey, let's hear from Eli Drinkwitz.
Very impressed with the discipline that Army plays with, really on both phases or in all three phases. They do a really good job of attacking your punt team. They do a really good job in special teams and putting the pressure on you, which was evident yesterday. Should have had a blocked punt backed up. Offensively, they got two dynamic quarterbacks. Both of them present different strengths. We're going to have to prepare for both the option, but they do spread out and run some conventional offense too, which creates a whole nother set of issues. And then defensively, Nate Woody does a tremendous job. Multiple front defense, multiple pressure packages, zone and man coverage. And so it's going to be a real challenge.
One thing he didn't mention there that's sort of notable by omission is that you know what else Army does really good and they like to do? Run the ball.
Yeah, I loved how I'm saying very impressed with how disciplined they are.
They attack the punt team.
You don't say that the military school is disciplined in what they do. You don't say, huh?
Army did screw up when they tried to, we've talked about it a couple times, they tried to steal the Navy goat.
Yeah,
they
that's
stole the wrong goat.
not so disciplined there.
And they lost.
Yeah.
But Army does love running the ball. They rush for over 300 yards per game. You know which school in the SEC was last against the run this season?
Let me guess. Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. Fish, do you have like some numbers on this? Do you have some trends we can talk about?
Yeah, Missouri's numbers have been terrible. Mizzou, they're getting 3.5 in this game. The total is 58. Missouri 3-11 against the spread in their last 14 games overall. They've been awful in December, not just this year, but even going back to previous years. Just their last 13 December games, they are 1-12 against the spread. I mean, you're talking about that's bowl games, conference championship games, and that's about it. Yeah. And so 1-12 against the spread in the month of December, including not covering their last 7 in the month of December. Meanwhile, Army, they're 4-0 against the spread following an ATS loss. I like Army in this game, minus the 3.5. I think Army's a pretty good team. In fact, they finished number 25 in the final fish scale rankings. They had a little bit of a clunker last week against Navy. But,
a little bit?
A lot. But Army, Navy, throw out the records. Anything can happen in that game. So I'm throwing out that game. But Army's just a better team than Missouri. Missouri's inconsistent. As you talked about, they can't stop the run. I like Army, and they're going to be disciplined. I like Army in this one.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they went scoreless in the second half against Navy. 0 points. In the second half
they scored,
Navy.
73 against Wake Forest?
No, they allowed
like
they allowed 70. They scored 56, I think it was. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like Missouri's got probably better athletes all around than Army does, and Missouri's kind of riding high right now. They just had a big week recruiting, all that stuff. I don't know. Roser, you got any thoughts on this one?
I mean, I think having multiple weeks to prepare for a triple option team helps.
Sure.
I think so. I'd probably lean Missouri, but I mean, you never know with Army. I remember one time I saw Army at a bowl game against Houston. They beat, they beat the crap out of Houston. Houston had all the time in the world to prepare for it too, and they couldn't stop it. But no, yeah. I think Missouri should be okay here.
I was looking up because I was curious. These bowl games, these guys get stuff for going. They get like swag. Everyone who plays in these games. So I was curious what the Armed Forces Bowl, the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl swag gift bag is, and if you play in this game, Army, Missouri, they get to visit a gift suite. So I don't know what you get in the gift suite. They get a beanie. They get an action face figure. I don't know what that is.
Do they get an action figure of themselves?
Action face figure. I don't know what that means. They get a commemorative football. And they get a Google Chromecast, which is actually that's the thing I think would probably be most useful to these guys, because you just hook up your laptop and stream it on your TV, and then you don't need to pay for cable. But I don't know. It seems like a long way away from the guys used to get like watches and nice stuff, a beanie and an action.
Oh
figure.
yeah. No. It is your own action figure.
Is it? With
Yeah, it's your face, and then you create the action figure.
We got to get these made for us.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Chromecast is good too. I've got a Chromecast. Chromecast is cool.
We talked about Florida already. Let's talk a little bit about the Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh man, I can't wait for the Gasparilla. Who's playing in it?
Florida.
Oh, okay.
And UCF.
I knew that. Man, what a game.
It's the battle for the Sunshine State.
Who's coaching Florida in this one?
It's a great question. Napier's around. He's not coaching though. And Emory Jones is probably starting at quarterback, but he's already announced he's going to hit
leaving.
the transfer portal as soon as the game's over.
Didn't Richardson already announce he's leaving?
No, Richardson just had surgery.
Okay.
Like a week ago or something. He's out. He can't play. So Florida's got some issues here. But UCF, this is the kind of thing where forever everyone's talked about UCF being ready to bounce back and be good and have a chance against these big time. Like, I wonder, do you think UCF's fired up to win this game?
Get on the Gus bus, yeah.
You think so?
I think they are.
Dylan Gabriel's already out. He already signed with UCLA today.
Yeah.
For next year. So they're starting a freshman. I don't know. I don't know if this game matters. Do you think it matters?
No, these are two teams that just don't care about this game. That's the way that I look at this game. I'm with you, Lang. I don't think it matters to either one of them.
Yeah.
Florida, the whole season hasn't mattered. You got a quarterback who's got a foot out the door already. You don't have your head coach. You're just kind of looking forward to next season. Let's go have fun. I envision this is going to be the type of game that when the game starts, both of them are going to sit out at midfield, and they're all going to have a little, screaming war. They're all going to act like that they're taking the other's flag, and they're all going to be yelling at each other, and we're going to have the little pregame dust up because it's Florida and UCF. Oh, the battle for Florida. And then the game starts, and they don't care. They're just a bunch of loudmouths going after each other. I think it's going to be garbage. I don't even know who to pick in this game. I think I would go with the under 55.5. Florida and UCF. Florida's terrible. 2-11 against the spread as a favorite their last 13. 0-6 against the spread their last 6 overall. UCF, 9 of their last 10 against the SEC have gone under. I like the under 55.5, but I think it's going to be a lot of fake tough guy stuff going on in this game with Florida and UCF.
If you play in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, the gift suite for this one, you get to visit a gift suite. You get headphones. It just says headphones. It doesn't say Beats by Dre or what brand. So they could hit you with some of those 1999 ones. Cooler backpack. And I guess if you live in Florida, that's something you probably use a lot, right? Like a backpack that keeps things cool.
Yeah.
A beach towel, which you could just steal from the hotel probably just as easily. And an ice shaker bottle. I don't know what that is. Any idea? Ice shaker bottle?
I would guess just like a Yeti-ish kind of, but it's a different brand. It's Ice Shaker.
Yeah, I would imagine just their NIL deals probably give them a lot better stuff than this.
I was thinking for cocktails, but then I'm like, wait, some of these guys can't drink, and it's not really like you want to be doing that for college kids.
Yeah,
because college kids don't do that ever.
No.
Well, I'm more interested in Florida finishing 63rd in ESPN's recruiting ranking, 14 out of 14th in the They finished behind Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's rough.
Behind Mississippi State, behind you name it, they're behind them. And Florida fans are not in a good place right now. So this game is weird, and I feel like just stay away from it. I kind of think Florida might just have enough talent to get by, and they got all these. Even their second team players are probably better than most players on UCLA. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Fish, you got any other bowl trends before we hit a break here?
Well, just a couple of lines from the other games. Toledo, Middle Tennessee State, they get us kicked off on the Bahamas Bowl. Toledo, nice. A 10-point favorite in that one. I like Coastal Carolina. They're giving 11 in the Cure Bowl against Northern Illinois. Saturday, you got App State, 3-point favorite against Western Kentucky in the Boca Raton Bowl. You got Fresno, 11.5-point favorite over UTEP in the New Mexico Bowl. Liberty, 9.5-point favorite over Eastern Michigan in the Lending Tree Bowl. That game on Saturday as well. Let's see, any other ones of interest. San Diego State, UTSA. I think this is an interesting one. The Aztecs are ranked 24th in the country, but UTSA is the favorite. They're favored by 2. That's in the Frisco Bowl next Tuesday. And, that's about it. First week of bowl games, nothing great. It'll wrap up with that UCF Florida game and also Missouri Army next Wednesday and Thursday in this first week. But then we start to really get into them right after Christmas.
Those are at least mildly interesting because we have SEC teams playing. Mm-hmm. But these other ones, the only other thing I can think of when you name all these bowls is like, how did we not think ahead in time to get assigned to go cover the Bahamas Bowl? Yeah. That's one. We should be doing a live show from the Bahamas Bowl.
We should be at Memphis's bowl game next week.
That's true.
That's
Hawaii.
True,
go spend Christmas in Hawaii.
Yeah, like Elvis.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I'm up for it. Well, Mele Kaliki Maka, right?
Yeah.
It's the thing to say.
Sure.
We're going to take a break. This is the Odds Couple presented by WinBet. We'll be right back.
WinBet, the official sportsbook partner of the Memphis Grizzlies, is Tennessee's premier digital sports betting app. They're bringing you the action of real money sports betting right in the palm of your hand with some of the best odds in the game. From boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport, they have what you need to win. Sign up today and use the promo code GRIZZ400, G-R-I-Z-Z 400, and after placing your first $5 wager, you'll receive $400 to bet with. There's no better way to enjoy basketball than with some extra winnings in your pocket to use for all your favorite bets. And be sure to check out the WinBet Lounge at FedEx Forum the next time you're around to catch the Grizzlies. Betting is a team sport. Join the WinBet team and bet with the best. Must be physically located in Tennessee and 21 years of age or older to participate. If you or someone you know needs assistance with a gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Grizz fans, the official Grizzlies mobile app is your key to the game. It's an all-in-one experience updated with even more functionality. You can keep track of a team with news, social media, the schedule, stats, and the standings. And you can log into Grind City Media to watch and listen live to streaming content like The Chris Vernon Show and Rise and Grind. You can check out Grind City Media articles, videos, podcasts, and GCM talent. See what's going on right here at FedEx Forum with our concert and event calendar. Plus, you can find detailed information on seating and concessions with arena maps. You can take the app into FedEx Forum as your mobile wallet, use it as your ticket to the game for Grizz Den mobile pickup, and as contact-free payment for arena concessions. The official Grizzlies mobile app, your key to the game.
HBCU Huddle with me, CJ Hurt, and Mike Wallace has all of your HBCU football, sports, and culture needs covered. We discuss the hottest stories weekly across the black college sports landscape, including the SWAC, MEAC, Tennessee State, Lane, Lemoyne-Owen, and all the black colleges in between. New episodes drop every Thursday, and you can stay connected with the latest stories and discussions about your favorite HBCU by going to grindcitymedia.com, selecting the podcast folder, and clicking on the HBCU Huddle tab. HBCU Huddle is a spot for all your black college sports and culture needs.
Welcome back to grindcitymedia.com. Live from FedEx Forum. Now, here's more of the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker, presented by WinBet.
Grizz fans, get game day deals when you sign up for Buzzer Beaters. Text BuzzerBeater to 833-550-0028 to opt in for discounts to your next home game today. Get tickets, get hyped, and save with Buzzer Beaters. Visit grizzlies.com/buzzerbeater for more info. Welcome back to the Odds Couple. I'm Lang Whitaker. The Odds Couple presented by WinBet. How could I almost not forget that? I'm Lang Whitaker. He's John Roser. Rob Fisher is with us from the Golden State, California, out in Sacramento in a hotel room somewhere where it's raining and gross.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah, pretty much. Real exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's always exciting. Hey, we could talk about the NFL a little bit with all these college football bowls not really ramping up just yet. The NFL is in the home stretch here for the regular season, and all of a sudden the Kansas City Chiefs are unstoppable. 6 wins in a row, looking great, and they're playing the Chargers, which is actually a kind of a fun game here. And last week the Chiefs won 48-9 against the Raiders. Here's Patrick Mahomes on.
You definitely don't want people coming into your stadium and trying to disrespect things that you've kind of built. And so for us, just gave us a little bit more motivation to go out there and win against a really good football team that we have a rivalry against. That usually is a tough football game.
I'm Patrick Mahomes, and what we do is, we just get a really good rivalry against a really good football team, and we just can't play football out there.
Shut the hell up.
He sounds a little like Kermit the Frog.
He really does. Go put ketchup on your mac and cheese and shut up, Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes and a really good football team disrespecting me.
Oh, hey, Kermit. Hey, Miss Piggy.
I'm Patrick Mahomes.
Well, look, he can play quarterback, man.
Yeah,
They won
he
6 in a
can.
row. Beat the Raiders 48-9. Actually,
Are you telling me my Raiders plus 9.5 was
Didn't
not a
work
good
out?
pick? Not a good pick.
actually, the offense has been okay. The defense has been really good.
Yeah.
The last 6 games, they're allowing 11 points per game.
Yeah.
This gives the Chiefs 9 straight seasons with at least a 5-game winning streak, which is pretty remarkable.
Wow. That's, yeah.
The Chargers, meanwhile, won 3 of their last 4, and the last 2 wins, they scored a combined 78 points. So they look good, and Herbert looks really good.
Oh, dude, he is
He
awesome.
is awesome. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing stuff that, he did something, the 60 touchdowns in your first 2 seasons. Dan Marino's the only other one who did that. Pretty good company to be in.
yeah, Rob, what are the numbers looking like on this one?
Chargers are 5-1 against the spread on Thursday.
Ooh, on Thursdays.
Yeah, so look out for that number. Kansas City, however, you mentioned how well they're playing right now. They have covered their last 4 games after being a mess going back to last year on not being able to cover. They have covered the last 4, and in the last 8 times these 2 teams have met in Los Angeles, or I guess at the Chargers, wherever it was, San Diego or Los Angeles, Chiefs have covered 7 of the last 8 at the Chargers. So numbers in favor of the Chiefs in this matchup as a 3-point favorite against the Chargers this week. Chargers have just been that weird team.
Yeah.
You just don't know which team you're going to get week in and week out, and so they've been kind of weird. Although Kansas City was really weird until just the last couple of weeks. So I guess I like Kansas City going to this game just because they've been the more consistent team here as of late. And I guess I finally at this point, at week 15 of the season, I finally believe that the Kansas City Chiefs are good, because up to this point I wasn't sure if they were that good.
They're pretty awesome.
To me, it felt like they were just trying to get to this point of the season. They were tired. They went through a Super Bowl run, and they're beat up, and they're just trying to make it to this point, and they flip the switch, because not everybody can flip the switch, but they clearly are able to.
Yeah.
It also just feels, the Chargers thing to me feels, it's weird. It's like the Clippers and the Lakers. Like the Lakers, the Rams are the Lakers. They've got all the headliners and the big names, and everybody cares about them. And then you kind of get the Chargers there, and no one really cares about them, but they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, Rob, what you said about the Chargers, that they're kind of the team that you don't really know what you're getting week to week. Like, dude, they have been that franchise since Phillip Rivers and LaDainian Tomlinson were there. Like, the talent's there with them, and you see how explosive they can be, and it's like, all right, is this going to be? And then it's never the year that they put it together. One year they made the AFC Championship and lost to the Patriots, but So it feels like we do this a lot with the Chargers, where you see the talent.
There was always uncertainty with them, like where they were going to play, if they were going to stay. For years, it's kind of been this weird thing, and now, I don't know. It reminds me of the Clippers a lot, but I feel like it's also just a youth thing too. Like they're just such a young team, and you have a kid playing quarterback who looks great, but hasn't been able to put it together consistently. Maybe this is it. Maybe. They turn the corner.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's bounce back to college football and talk a little bit about. I mentioned the Independence Bowl, but I meant the Celebration Bowl. Now I mean the Independence Bowl. BYU
Shreveport
is going to take on UAB in lovely Shreveport, Louisiana. A classic bowl game. Let's hear from Kalani Sitake, BYU coach, about playing UAB.
Just notice their team, the athleticism, the speed, and the way they're physical at the line of scrimmage. So it's a great matchup for us, and looking forward to this game. But tons of respect for what they've done. And last year watching their film, it was no wonder that they ended up winning the conference championship. And they've won a lot of games in the years that Coach Clark's been there. So we see on film how they have some great athletes and good-looking bodies. They have an outside backer, DN, that looks. He's one of the best guys you'll see in college football. And so, I know I'm just mentioning one guy, but there's tons of speed and athleticism on that field when we watch the film. And so, we're really excited about the matchup. We're honored to have another opportunity to play together as a team, and looking forward to the game. And so, this is going to be fun for us.
Rob, you're not in the studio, so you couldn't see us, but when he said they have a lot of good-looking bodies, Rosa and I immediately made eye contact. And
yeah.
He said what?
He is right about UAB having
good-looking bodies,
athletes, because what Bill Clark always does, a ton of his guys, he just gets transfers from the SEC schools. Yeah. So these guys were at one point pretty highly recruited guys, and so they do have athletic.
They're like
ability.
Cincinnati South.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
For real.
Just take whoever.
Yes, absolutely.
The one thing about this is, Rob, you want to go through some numbers on this? You got some?
Yeah, I do. UAB is they've covered their last 4 games. They've covered their last 4 against winning teams as well. BYU not very good in the month of December, 2-7 against the spread in December. Their last 7 against Conference USA opponents have gone under, so maybe the under 55. BYU has a tough task of flying across the country for this game, while UAB has the ability to just go down the road to play this one. Yeah, I like Bill Clark, and I like the talent that he's got, and I like what they've done in Conference USA, but this is a little bit of a step up. BYU is the top 15 team in the country, and BYU plays a physical brand of football that I don't think UAB has seen. So I like UAB I like BYU a little bit, given the 7 in this one. I just think BYU is just such a physical football team, and they're going to take it to UAB.
I like BYU a lot in this game. If only, this is their second, they have a chance to get consecutive 11-win seasons for the first time since 2007. They thought they were going to get a New Year's Bowl, a New Year's Day game, and they didn't. So they were upset about that. But I was reading up on this game, and all the BYU players just keep talking about they could do something here. This could mean something. And then I also read that as part of the Independence Bowl festivities, they had a challenge the last few nights. So the two schools did different things against each other.
Crawfish.
Well, it began with a Madden contest. Oh. and UAB beat BYU in Madden.
Well, I figured that one.
But then they had an axe throwing challenge. And BYU won the axe throwing
I can see that.
In the article I read, it said BYU, led by their punter, won the axe throwing challenge. So I don't know what it would take from that. And then it ended with a game show competition. BYU won that also. So BYU's already got the bragging rights here.
Okay.
And they've established some sort of dominance, and that they care about this. So I really feel like this bodes well for BYU in this game. Also, all their guys are 28 years old. So
what's in their swag bag? Do you know?
Oh, I need to look that up. Let's look.
Yeah, what's our swag bag for the Shreveport Independence Bowl?
The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
Radiance Technologies.
Here we go.
Got to get the sponsor right.
You get a gift suite. You get a.
What is this gift suite?
It's like a room where you walk through and you're like, here, take a keychain, take a T-shirt, take a, It's like a suite. It's a gift suite.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So they have a gift suite.
Keychain. Thanks.
They get a commemorative football.
Oh, never forget the moment I was in Shreveport for Christmas.
They each get 6 pounds of crawfish. No, I made that up.
Oh.
I
lit up right there. I was like, oh.
They each get a New Era beanie, so a hat, and a Fossil watch.
Oh.
So
We're still making Fossil watches?
They apparently get to go back to the 90s.
Yeah, Fossil watches. Retails like $20 on that?
I wouldn't know.
I had one. It broke in like 2 weeks.
When you're like in middle school? Like
yes.
Yeah, that's
when
what I'm saying.
We've all...
When Structure was still a store. Remember Structure?
Yeah. I used to go there after I got done at Spencer Gifts.
Yes.
After I looked at the black velvet pictures in the back in the blue light.
Yep.
I mean, who among us has not had a Fossil watch that broke, right?
Right. I mean, God. Those things are the worst. Hope Fossil doesn't ever sponsor anything with the Grizzlies or this show.
This makes me wonder.
I don't think we have to worry about it.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about
not
that
anymore.
either.
I was just curious what the bigger bowl games get. Like, let's see, the Citrus Bowl, you get a $400 Amazon gift card.
So that's pretty awesome.
A Fossil watch, you get one for that too.
Okay.
A backpack. Let's see, the Outback Bowl, you get a $150 Amazon gift card. A Fossil watch again. A Jostin's ring.
They can't sell the Fossil watches, so they really are just giving them away
to college football players.
Yeah.
You get a $25 Outback Steakhouse gift card. What does that get you? Like $25 at Outback.
A bloomin'
onion.
One of them. A bloomin' onion.
2 bloomin' onions. I don't know. The Capital One Orange Bowl, Michigan against Georgia, gift suite, a Tourneau watch. Those are like thousands. Those are nice. So I don't know, the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl, a Lululemon backpack, a custom suit jacket.
That's nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
A suit jacket.
There's some good stuff in some of these. Maui Jim sunglasses for the Gator Bowl. Fossil watch. Fossils all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Are we still giving out PlayStations?
The Duke's Mayo Bowl, you get a Hypervolt Go massager and a shopping experience at Belk's South Park flagship store.
Oh, cool.
I would want Duke's Mayo.
Yeah.
A lifetime supply of mayonnaise. Let's go.
Duke's Mayo's good, too.
I don't think they don't get PlayStations and stuff anymore. It's just...
Man, I remember when they used to give out the PlayStations and the Xboxes.
Yeah. Well, now you can't get them. Nobody can get them.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Back in the day, they used to give iPods. Anybody remember when those were popular?
No.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe those are in the gift suite now.
That could be, yeah.
Take an iPod. Kids like, what the hell is this?
You can carry it along with your phone. You need 2 things in your phone.
I had one of the old school iPods that was
too.
like huge. Looked
with
like an
the 4
iPhone.
buttons across the top. Remember it
Yeah.
had like the buttons and the dial?
Yep.
Yeah. I had all that.
Yep.
Any
Rest
other
in
bowl
peace,
trends
Steve Jobs.
before we move on to the NFL, Fish, that we should talk about? Any bowl trends?
No, not
Okay.
this first week.
Not this
They're
week.
Just starting, there's nothing.
Not much out there
I
this
will
week.
say this. Brett Murphy tweeted out what the possible national championship game odds would be, and I found it kind of interesting. The biggest margin of a point spread would be a Georgia-Cincinnati matchup in the championship, where Georgia would be a 14-point favorite. Alabama would be 6.5 over Michigan. Michigan would be 6 over Cincinnati. And then the surprising one, Georgia, 1.5-point favorite over Alabama if they were to play again.
I'd take
Does that
Georgia.
surprise you?
I'd take Georgia in that. I do. I still think Georgia's going to win the national championship. I'm not surprised by that. That Mechie injury is huge for Bama, man. That Mechie injury matters so much for them.
I'm not letting myself think about it.
That is fair. That is fair to do, Lang.
I have
no
not.
expectations.
I literally haven't thought about it the last week and a half. I'm like, whatever.
You've got to go in with no expectations.
Yeah.
Well, that's because the Grizzlies are too busy kicking ass.
That's true. Oh, by the way, the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl, Memphis players in Hawaii.
What do we get?
And there's an electronics gift suite. So
maybe that has the iPod in it.
in Hawaii, they're like, this just came out.
Yeah, right.
Oakley sunglasses and backpack.
Oakley, actually, man, they're kind of making a comeback a little bit.
back.
I've seen Oakley's around.
Swim trunks, beach towel. Again, you could just take one from the hotel. And the Kahala Aloha shirt. So it must be like a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, you gotta do it up Hawaii.
Yeah, get it.
When you're in Hawaii, they don't give them some Maui Wowie?
I don't know.
Some Kush?
Pineapple Express.
Yeah, some Pineapple Express.
All right.
No,
let's take
that's
another
all
break.
in Portland.
No, that's Portland. We'll take another break, and we'll be back in the Odds Couple presented by WynnBET.
WynnBET, the official sportsbook partner of the Memphis Grizzlies, is Tennessee's premier digital sports betting app. They're bringing you the action of real money sports betting right in the palm of your hand with some of the best odds in the game. From boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport, they have what you need to win. Sign up today and use the promo code GRIZ400, GRIZZ 400, and after placing your first $5 wager, you'll receive $400 to bet with. There's no better way to enjoy basketball than with some extra winnings in your pocket to use for all your favorite bets. And be sure to check out the WynnBET Lounge at FedEx Forum the next time you're around to catch the Grizzlies. Betting is a team sport. Join the WynnBET team and bet with the best. Must be physically located in Tennessee and 21 years of age or older to participate. If you or someone you know needs assistance with a gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Let's transition into our favorite all-time six-man.
This one was fun to do.
Okay, let's go.
Number 1, Manny Ginobili.
There's like a move that he brought to the NBA that is still done today, the Euro step. Like
There you
that's
go.
Manu. That without Manu, we have no Euro step.
Join Lang Whitaker and me, Kelsey Ray Johnson, every Thursday as we debate the hottest topics in the NBA. IMHO on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and our social channels.
You know who you've got to get on and talk Rick and Morty? He could defeat any human being in Rick and Morty trivia. Anybody. I watched somebody give him trivia questions, and I'm talking like specific moments of specific episodes, and he just bam. You know who it is? Jared Jackson Jr.
The Chris Vernon Show, live weekdays at noon on grindcitymedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Lincoln Riley will be the new head coach at USC.
So you're happy, you're excited.
I'm thrilled. I got the hat on. I'm ready to roll. USC is back.
It does put a lot of pressure on Lincoln Riley because now the expectations are you're not rebuilding. Not at all. No. Now it's, I would say, in my personal opinion, it's college football playoff in the next 2 to 3 years.
Rise and Grind with Jessica and Megan. Live daily at 8 a.m. on grindcitymedia.com. Welcome back to grindcitymedia.com. Live from FedEx Forum. Now, here's more of the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker, presented by WynnBET.
Grizz Nation, guarantee you never miss a game or a cold Michelob Ultra at one of our official Grizzlies Michelob Ultra Bar Network partners. Bar Network locations around the 901 will offer Mich Ultra specials during the Grizzlies games, and you'll have the opportunity to enter to win exclusive prizes throughout the season, courtesy of Michelob Ultra. Visit grizzlies.com/bar network for the full list of curated locations. Welcome back to the Odds Couple, presented by WynnBET. I'm Lang Whitaker. The guy dancing in the corner over there is John Roser.
What up?
Somewhere in Sacramento is Rob Fisher. I realized during that ad read, I actually just shortened it to Mich Ultra on my own without it being written that way. I think that might
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that might show a little bit of familiarity with the product. Okay. Hey, let's talk about the NFL a little bit, and we touched on it earlier, but I thought maybe we could talk about it a little more. Did you hear about Urban Meyer?
Oh, man.
Poor Urban, sad Urban. I mean, how great is that video last week when he's walking across the field to see Mike Vrabel? I mean, you felt like you had to console him. That was the most miserable looking human being I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that was after they lost 20-0 to the Titans. The week before, they lost 37-7 to the Rams. The week before, they lost 21-14 to the Falcons. The week before, they lost 30-10 to the 49ers. The week before, they lost 23-17 to the Colts. It's been trending the wrong way for a long time. But, hey, we can listen to Sad Urban before he got canned.
Let's do it.
You know, it hasn't exactly materialized the way I expected it to had the experience of winning games. You know, I knew that this was somewhat of a build, but I also really believe that we have plenty of good enough players to go win games. I still believe that. That's why I get so disappointed sometimes with our coaching staff and with myself, because I think we can do better than we're doing. Those guys are playing their tails off. You get a couple scores on offense, you're right there, and we didn't do it. So what's the answer? Start leaking information or some nonsense? No, that's nonsense. That's garbage. That's that's, once again, I've been very blessed. I've not really dealt with that. I've not dealt with, well, did you hear what he said? What? No, let's improve on offense and get our quarterback in a position to be successful. That's our focus. What someone's brother said or someone said, that will occupy very little of my time. And if there is a source, that source is unemployed. I mean, within seconds.
So I guess he was the source?
Man.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. That's really sad. Poor Urban.
This was so predictable.
I think it's easy to say that didn't work out too well.
This was so predictable. So predictable that it was going to be a year, and he didn't even make it the year. I mean, the first thing he did as a coach, it started in the offseason when he hired the racist trainer from Iowa.
Yeah.
And it's like, all the players are like, wait, why the hell did we, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it just never stopped from there. Like, you don't need, NFL franchises don't want players that are going to be distractions and bring unnecessary, media attention. So they sure as hell don't want their head coach doing it, and that's all he seemed to bring.
The weird part is, like, overshadowed kind of all this is Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was supposed to be like this transformational quarterback, and the guy that they spent a whole year losing so they could get Trevor Lawrence, and that's why Urban took the job, and he hasn't really done much, has he?
But I think Lawrence is the thing. Like, it was the Lambeau guy that
got kicked in the leg by Urban Meyer,
right?
Apparently.
But I think it was Lawrence that got him fired, because Lawrence finally spoke about everything, and he said that he's never had this much drama, been around this much drama with the football team in his entire life. He's like, there's not this much drama in college, that I dealt with this much drama. And I think that was the one that did it. If he would have come out and stood up for Urban Meyer, I think Urban Meyer's probably still the head coach of the Jaguars, but he did not do anything to stand up for it. He stood up and basically said, this is all ridiculous. What's going on? This is insane.
Where will Urban be next? Will he be a college coach again?
No, I think he'll be back on TV.
He'll be at Urban Meyer's Pine House in Columbus, Ohio.
I mean, somebody should hire him to do college football. Somebody should hire him. I don't know who will, but
Fox. That's where he was, right?
No, I mean, like, some school should hire him to coach college football. I mean, I don't know who
worst
will.
Worst case scenario, like you could have a Liberty scenario, right? Like some school like that throws him a bunch of money and he recruits really well.
Well, maybe Ryan Day goes to the NFL. He's mentioned for that Bears job. Maybe Ryan Day goes to the NFL and he just goes back to Ohio State.
What about could he be one of Nick Saban's reclamation projects?
I don't think he'd coach under Saban.
No, I don't see
he likes having too much control. He's a head coach. He wants too much control.
Offensive coordinator type there.
He's a control freak. He's a total control freak.
I don't know.
What a game this week, though. The Jags and the Texans.
Yeah.
I mean, how much excitement is that?
I mean, it'll be. I mean, one of two things is going to happen: the Texans are going to kill them, or the Jaguars are all like, "Finally, we're free," and they play great and they win.
I can't wait to watch like Red Zone on Sunday, and it'll be Scott Hansen on the Comcast feed, and it'll be like a 6-6 game in the fourth quarter, and this dude will be going crazy about one of these teams getting in field goal range to kick a 37-yarder to win the game. And it'll be like, and it's good, and the Texans come back to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. It'll be like, bro, you need to settle down, man.
I think if it's a close game, I think the Jaguars win. I think if the Texans win, they're just going to blow them out because the Jaguars are just checked out at this point.
Texans may be a pick of mine.
I don't know. Any other NFL trends we should keep an eye on before we get to our picks this week, Rob?
Yeah, that one, Jacksonville, Houston, the total at 39.5. All the trends saying under. Houston last 5 on the road under. Jacksonville last 9 following an ATS loss have gone under, and 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone under as well. So under the 39.5. Elsewhere, Jets in Miami. Miami's covered the last 5 meetings head-to-head with the Jets. Washington and Philadelphia. Philadelphia 7-point favorite. Eagles 6-2 against the spread when they take on the Washington football team. Carolina 10-3 against the spread. Their last 13 on the road. They're getting 10.5 at Buffalo this week, although Buffalo's a team that seems to really take care of the bad teams that they play. Detroit, meanwhile, 5-1 against the spread when they're at home against Arizona. They're getting 13.5 against the Cardinals, who are coming off a loss this week. Atlanta's getting 9 at San Francisco. Atlanta's covered 5 of their last 6 on the road. San Francisco, however, has covered 4 of their last 5 overall. Cincinnati getting 2.5 at Denver. Cincinnati's covered 5 of the last 6 times they have visited Mile High City. Green Bay's giving 5.5 at Baltimore this week. Packers are 11-1 against the spread in their last 12 games overall. How about that?
Ooh.
Rams minus 4.5. Yeah, Rams minus 4.5 against Seattle. Rams covered 5 of their last 6 against the Seahawks, and New Orleans has covered 6 of the last 7 against Tampa. 6-1 against the spread, taking on Tampa. New Orleans getting 10.5 at Tampa this week.
Okay, a lot of numbers, a lot of spreads. We're getting to the end stretch here, and we'll see. I guess if any of these teams, the extra playoff thing in the NFL is making such a difference because a terrible team like the Falcons are in the playoff race at this point.
Washington is in.
It's wild. There's teams that are like 1 game under 500 that are like totally in the mix to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, should we do picks?
Picks!
Let's do some
Yay!
picks. Let's do picks. We'll start with Lang's Locks because I'm here. Now we're going to go. I'm going with Dion and Jackson State. I'm going to believe in the SEC. I'm going to take Missouri and Florida in those 2 matchups. Over in the NFL, I got the Pats against the Colts because the Pats are getting points and they might pull one of these things where they run the ball 1,000 times or so. I don't know, but I'm going with Belichick there. I thought the Steelers just looked awful last week. So I'm going to go with the Titans and figure out a way to win that thing. You're only giving 2 points, so they could win it by a field goal, and they would still have enough. Rob Fisher, take us through Fish's 5.
I'm going Jackson State minus the 10 because I believe in C.J. Hurt, who's picking Jackson State this week. And he's followed these teams closer than anybody I know. So if he's a believer, I'm a believer. Plus, I'm a believer in the prime factor. And I'm a believer in the momentum that they have, getting that number 1 recruit to flip from Florida State to Jackson State. So I think they're riding all the momentum in the world. I'll go with Jackson State. I like Coastal Carolina minus the 10.5 against Northern Illinois. Coastal 17-3 straight up their last 20 games. Northern Illinois 1-7 against the spread in December. I like UAB BYU over the 54.5. UAB 4 of their last 5 have gone over. BYU 4 of their last 5 played on grass have gone over. Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you. I'll take the Dolphins minus the 10 against the Jets. Miami 9-1-1 against the spread the last 11 meetings between these 2 teams. They have been a covering machine when taking on the Jets, including 4-0-1 against the spread at home. And I'll go with the Eagles minus the 7 against the football team. Philadelphia 6-2 against the spread last 8 times that these 2 teams have met. Take the Eagles minus the 7 over the WFT.
I think we should make it the WTF. But anyway, hey, let's go through CJ's winners. He's not here. CJ's riding hard on Jackson State, not only taking the 10 against South Carolina State, but taking the over 42.5 over South Carolina State. By the way, everyone talks about the Jackson State offense. I was reading today they have a linebacker who has something like 14.5 sacks, who's unbelievable and apparently fun to watch. He's got the Raiders at the Browns, who are dealing with their own COVID outbreak there. Raiders minus 1.5. Colts minus 2.5 over the Patriots, so we disagree on that one. And he's taking the Buccaneers minus 11 over the Saints. But the Bucs are playing really well right now, and the Saints, nobody likes the Saints. So you can see why CJ would take that. Roser, finish us off.
All right, I'm going to also roll with Jackson State minus the 10. I trust CJ too. I'm going to also take Jackson State over 26, their team total. I'm going to take I don't think the Titans are that good. I'm going to, as long as Derrick Henry's not there, and I think the Pittsburgh defense, who struggled a little bit, I think they'll bounce back this week against.
What about the offense?
Yeah,
the Steelers.
They can score.
Can they?
Well, I mean, they put up a ton against the Vikings, and they scored against the Chargers too. The defense has been the problem in those games, but I think Pittsburgh wins this game straight up against the Titans. It's in Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers. Take them plus the 2 against the Titans. I'm going to regret taking the 49ers. Vernon
I stayed away from this game.
Vernon actually talked me into this. I got it minus 8.5. It's back up. It was 9.5. It went down to 8.5. It's back up to 9 now, but I got it 8.5. The 49ers against the Falcons. If you're going to take it at 9, if you're going to take it at 8.5, you could take it at 9 too. Whatever. I would guess anything under 10. Vernon talked me into this one, and I'm going to take the Ravens plus the 4.5 against the Packers. That line's up to 5.5 now. So there's a bunch of teams having COVID issues though. And I know
the Ravens are having an ankle issue with Lamar. So
right.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot there.
But I just think Baltimore playing at home. I don't know. They can. I think they can come through.
Okay.
So I'll roll with that. Roll with Roser. Here's your teaser. The Raiders ruined that one for me last week. We're going to take the Houston Texans. This all pays out plus 160. The Houston Texans plus 10.5. This is a 7-point teaser. Take the Houston Texans plus 10.5 at the Jaguars. The Steelers plus 9 against the Titans. The 49ers minus 2 against the Falcons. And the Rams plus 2.5 against the Seahawks. That's your roll with Roser teaser.
It. So last week the Syndicate we won 12 of our picks and we missed 8. So we went 12-8 last week. Not bad. Getting back above 500.
I had a bad week, 2 and 3. But it's not bad. 2 and 3. Yeah, I was the only one under 500.
No,
2 and 3.
CJ was 2. No, CJ was 3 and 2. That's wrong.
2 and 3 is not horrible though.
Yeah,
it wasn't an 0 and 5.
Yeah,
0 and 5.
Like we had a couple weeks ago.
Right, the 0 and 5s are what really can bring it down. Yeah, that's what really can bring it down.
So for the season, the Syndicate's 168 and 152.
Yeah, we're 53%. We're 53%.
What more do you want? Right? Like, I mean, we got you over 500.
Here, I got a little bonus. I got a little bonus for the
I like
people.
bonuses.
Here's a little free money for you.
Free money.
Last year it was Drake basketball. This year it is Monmouth basketball.
Monmouth
Hawks are not only 9-2 straight up on the season, they are 11-0 against the spread. 11-0 against the spread. They are back in action on Sunday, so you can check out Monmouth Sunday action. Here, I'm going to try and find who they're looking for.
Who cares?
It's not easy to find them. There they are. They
Colgate.
Let's see. Is it Colgate?
Yeah.
Yeah, Colgate. 11 a.m.
Take it on
start
toothpaste.
Sunday. Monmouth against Colgate. Take the Monmouth
11
Hawks.
a.m.
11-0 against
Oh my God! And their freaking coach, Monmouth.
Who is it?
King Rice.
Oh,
yeah.
Who is the best friend of my former podcast partner, Rick Fox, and played with him in North Carolina. How do you like that? Small world. Hey, that's this week's Odds Couple. We did the show this week without Fish here, without CJ here. We'll figure out next week who's here, who's not here. But either way, we'll be here. We've got numbers, we got picks, we got all sorts of stuff. The Syndicate will not be denied. Never. So, Rob, thanks for joining us from Sacramento. Stay in your room, mask up, all that stuff. Roser, appreciate you.
Mask up, all that stuff. See you, Fish.
CJ, have fun in Atlanta at the game, and I'm Lang Whitaker. This is the Odds Couple, presented by WinBet.
Listening to the Odds Couple, presented by WinBet on GrindCityMedia.com. Tune in next week with Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.